Clemson, South Carolina game here. It's good to have rivalry games like this back in college football, Nate. And, I don't know if you've ever actually sat down and watched this one. I haven't actually seen this game itself, willingly in a while. I'll watch the Michigan and Ohio State games, but it has been a little while since I truly cared about this. I mean, I've always kind of cared for a rivalry like this. But again, I mentioned, too, Clemson leads this series 71-42-4. So Clemson all-time practically owed South Carolina. It's been known for some streaks, too. Last year was canceled because of the pandemic. We know about conference only. It's good to have rivalry games back like this. But the last time they met, it was in Columbia in 2019. And Clemson in 2019, of course, the year of LSU, being dominant like they were, won 38-3.
It's pretty good to have rivalries back. The last year was wonky or whatever. But it's like you said, it's good to have rivalries back.
It is, and when I look at this game here, the one thing about Clemson that I can say is this: the thing that anybody got right about what they were going to do was their defense. This whole preseason talk about DJ and Lynn J. Dixon and the offense and everything. Now, I don't ever want to throw players under the bus. The problem with Clemson, I don't think, is the lack of talent. It's just been piss poor coaching. But defensively, they're still just as good, if not, maybe not as good as we thought they'd be on defense, but they're still pretty darn good. Only giving up maybe 16 points a game. You got 26 points they're scoring per game. Pretty close to South Carolina. They're about 23. They're also only giving up 23. South Carolina, they have more yards that they've allowed. They haven't had as many yards. They got a 19% chance to win this game. And what's so great about this game here, first off, it's this Saturday, 7:30 Eastern on the SEC Network. Not that it matters where it's airing, but what's so great is that finally in this particular rivalry, because of not South Carolina, but because of Clemson's downfall this year, you can look at this and say South Carolina might be able to win this. Right? I mean,
right.
Who would you say wins this game? Are you going Clemson? You going South Carolina? Is this one you probably don't want to mess with? Because that's almost where I'm at. I have a score prediction.
I don't want to mess with it. Like I said, I think it's going to come down to wire. That's all. That's why I don't want to mess with it. So if I had to pick it, probably Clemson. But who knows?
Well, the spread's 11.5, which I think. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's respectable, but I think it's going to be a lot closer and maybe even a different outcome than people think. I mean, what South Carolina's looking to do, if they win this, they're 7-5. Clemson wins it, they're 9-3. They're both making a bowl game. They're both bowl eligible. South Carolina actually, first year of Shane Beamer, I think has had a really good.
Speaking of bowl eligible, is Tennessee almost?
I think they're pretty close. I think if they beat Vandy, they might have 6 wins. I'm not sure what their record is, but
they're 6-5, I think.
Yeah. Now, with this game, you have Luke Doty, who's the quarterback for South Carolina. He's looked pretty good. He's got just shy of 1,000 yards. He's only got 3 picks. He's got 5 touchdowns. What's going on with coaching this year for Clemson? Yeah, they have a lot of young players, but it's more than that because they recruit well enough. They should have talent to be better than what their record is and play better than they have been playing. Will Shipley's a great running back. Zaquandre White is a good running back. I give in receiving, rushing, and passing, first off, stat-wise, but overall talent, I give it to Clemson. But I don't know, man. This is tough. I have a feeling that South Carolina's going to find a way to end the losing streak here. I mean, they've lost the last 6. I'm sure for them that It feels like forever. And I don't want to hear Gamecock fans say, "Well, if we had played last year, we would have been." No, you want to have to stop. Anyway, they haven't won since 2013, and that's not even like that. That's a factor more so of Dabo Sweeney. I don't think that it's South Carolina's so bad they can't beat Clemson and they can't. I think it's more so on the side of that's just how dominant Clemson's been. Because I mean, we understand the whole Bama, Clemson, and then up and coming Georgia, and like we get what we've seen in recent years. Clearly, it's different this year, but I wouldn't be surprised if South Carolina at home gets this game taken care of. I know they only got a 19% chance to win, but maybe Shane Beamer has a plan in his mind to maybe go out there and play some good quality football. They've had some pretty interesting defense. And again, like I mentioned, points per game and yardage and everything. South Carolina's just barely behind Clemson in those categories. But I think they have enough that maybe they can pull it out. And I'm going to go ahead and just say 28-24. I think the Gamecocks could get it done.
I agree.
Yeah. Do you have a score prediction on this one, or would you?
I'll say 34. 28.
420. Wait.
No, 34-28.
And are you going with Clemson or
South Carolina.
Ooh, okay. So you got 28 points like I do, but you're giving that to Clemson, and you're saying South Carolina gets 34. I could see that.
By a touchdown.
I think even if Clemson wins it, which again, I wouldn't be surprised by that. I wouldn't be surprised at the outcome of this game, but I think the only thing that would surprise me this year with this Palmetto Bowl is if it's a more than one possession game. I think it's going to come down to the wire. It's either going to be stood up on defense or offense is going to find a way to have the ball last and get a last second, whether field goal or touchdown or whatever. But I think South Carolina should take Clemson's downfall as an advantage this year to finally get back to winning in the Palmetto Bowl rivalry. And I think the Gamecocks will do it. And I think South Carolina is going to come out on top over the Clemson Tigers.